Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch, here in the kitchen. The other day, in talking about cheap carnivore, my favorite subject, I talked about chicken thighs. They're, I think, the cheapest food we can buy. Cheaper than hot dogs, cheaper than anything. And I think the reason they're so cheap is you just don't see chicken thighs available in restaurants. You see chicken quarters maybe, but because of the acceptance of the parts of the chicken that people really like to eat, it seems the most expensive chicken meat per pound happens to be chicken wings, because chicken wings have become a party food. And in Sam's Club, they cost 3 to 4 times more per pound than these lowly, unwanted chicken thighs. And because they're unwanted, they're plentiful. You can get them everywhere. I paid $1.30 something a pound for these. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no part of the chicken, not the drumstick, not the wings, not the breast, not anything that is as juicy and tasty and has as much skin on it, which, God, I love crispy chicken skin. It's where all the goodness is, all the fat, the crunch. Chicken thighs are my favorite cut of chicken, but I don't eat a lot of chicken. I've been eating wings, that's about it, because they're more popular. More people think they want wings. But I couldn't pass up these thighs. And out of $14 worth of chicken thighs, I got 7 meals. Big meals. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the 2 chicken thighs that I did not freeze, the biggest ones that were in the batch. I'm going to make them in the air fryer for lunch. I'm going to use one of my air fryer collection of 5 air fryers. The reason I have this collection is because I was making a lot of air fryer videos and experimenting. The one I've been using most recently is this 651, and that's still the air fryer that I recommend as the most versatile and lowest price for what you get. And it's still only $199, which is close to 50% off. It got as low as $179, but even at $199, it's a hell of a deal. And I, of course, would be remiss if I didn't remind you that you can find a link to that on my website on the links to stuff I use page. Now, the one thing I don't like about the 651, which may be a factor in your decision, and the reason why I'm going to use this air fryer today, which is the 551, that's the 6-in-1, that I had and love before I found the 651 back over there on sale for $179. Because at the time that became $179, this 551 was becoming hard to find. I kind of thought they were phasing it out. Ends up they haven't. And the only thing that the 651 has that this 551 doesn't have is a grill plate with its own thermometer, which, if you're cooking steaks, especially from frozen, is a compelling reason to have the 651. But for virtually everything else that you might do in an air fryer, these two are identical. The one advantage the 551 has is that it does not have that heated grill plate, which is heavy and much harder to clean after use. What it does have is a grill plate like this that you can put in it if you want to grill something. And it gets hot because it was heated by the air fryer elements in the lid. The advantage I'm talking about is that when you're not using the grill plate, instead of having something with a surface that looks like this that you have to clean, you only have to clean a pan that catches the drippings. The air fryer baskets are similar. So the 551, I think, would be an easier cleanup, and other than that, the cooking would be the same. So I'm going to use my 551 today, which many of you have. I went and looked at what the current price of the 551 is, and it's $269. So in a lot of respects, it's a lesser model than the 651. They both have thermometers. They both do everything. The 551 for most cases is easier to clean. But if I was going to buy a new air fryer today, I'd buy the 651 with the heating element in the grill plate and put up with a little extra cleaning because of the fact that the older model, the 551, costs more. And they're still selling the 651 at a very attractive price. So we'll go over to the refrigerator here and take my chicken thighs that I have in this container. Because it's convenient, I set my air fryer on my cooktop because it's easy to clean, and under the range hood. Not that it smokes a lot, but I will catch any smoke, and we'll open this up, brighten it up in here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, and we'll use the air fryer that has a much easier to clean grease catcher and the air fryer basket in there. And this is just how difficult this is. Skin, all this other skin and everything. We're going to just put it in there. Look at all this. We're going to make sure that the chicken wing gets crisp. Not going to take any of it off. And I have a choice of seasonings here for this. I could use just salt, but for chicken, I go off the reservation a little bit. I like to use this Kinder's The Blend seasoning. This has salt, pepper, and garlic, but you use so little of it. And you know that I don't sweat the small stuff. For chicken, and only chicken, I just love the flavor of this stuff. Doesn't hurt me. So let's just season this on the top. And I don't put too much of it on there. And after it's been opened a while, it does tend to clump up. It does tend to clump up. So you got to bang it, break it up. But we'll put some of this stuff on the chicken. And I should have preheated the air fryer. So I'm going to take the basket out. I'm going to pour this seasoning that got into the bottom out of there right now while it's still dry. Pour it in the sink. So let's turn this thing on. And we will set it to air crisp. We're going to use 390 degrees, and I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to check the internal temperature, which probably won't be done because I usually cook my chicken for 30 minutes, and we'll flip it over and finish cooking it. So I'm going to press start. and it's going to go into a preheat cycle. So there we have the 2 wings seasoned in the basket, waiting for the air fryer to finish preheating. Okay, it just gave me the add food sign. That took about 3-4 minutes tops. We'll open the lid. We will add the food, close the lid, and it will start cooking. And it'll be cooking for 20 minutes. Okay, we're going to stop it right here. It is 22 seconds until the time is up. They look great. I do want to check the temperature of these things. They may be done. 150 degrees. They should be at least 165. But they're almost there. So let's shut the lid and increase the time about 3 minutes. And we'll try it again. So I added 3 minutes to the time, and the reason I stopped it to measure the temperature before it had completely counted down is that I can add time, but if I let it count down to 0, it would end the cycle and I would have to start all over again and skip the preheat cycle. So I've learned that trick with these air fryers. So I added 3 more minutes. I'm looking for at least 165 or higher. It can be 180 degrees and still be fine. One thing about chicken, you want to make sure that it's cooked to the right temperature. That's a safety factor. But also, the longer you cook it, the crisper the skin gets and the better it tastes. So we'll let this thing finish out this 2 minutes and we'll measure the temperature again. So again, it's counting down. We're less than a minute. At about 30 seconds, I am going to check the temperature again. So far, we're at 20 minutes plus 3. We're at 23 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if we get all the way to 30 minutes. But here we're at 30 seconds. We're going to open the lid, take a look at these things. Wow, do they look good. Check our temperature. 161 degrees, 165 degrees. I think that if I hit the temperature up before it gets to 0 and add, I'd say let's give it another 3 minutes and it will reset the time without having to reset the whole thing. We'll be at a total of about 25 minutes. Having reset it twice, adding about 2.5 minutes cooking time. And we'll see, and that might be the time, and that we can remember that in this air fryer, I'll remember 390 degrees, 25 minutes, and I don't need to worry about it. Don't need to worry about it at all. Didn't have to flip them. And then in 2 minutes, we're going to remove it from the heat, give it a little taste. I'm hoping it'll be fabulous. And for a $2 meal, and it doesn't get any better than this. Okay, we're down to about 30 seconds. In about 20 seconds, I'm going to stop it, check the temperature, just in case I need to add some more time. I doubt that I will. But let's take a look and check the temperature of these things. 170 degrees, 180 degrees. Perfect. They are more than well done. So let's take one of these things out, put it on the plate here, leave that other one in there. And now, it's too hot to eat, but I'm going to cut into it. Take a look. It looks terrific. It looks terrific. It looks done. So I'm going to cut off a piece right now where I can taste the meat and the skin. Let you enjoy this with me. Wow, that's great. That's terrific. So I'm going to take these 2 chicken thighs. Going to be my first meal of the day, and enjoy them. And for you, I hope you give this a shot. Hope you give it a shot. They're very, very good. In fact, the best part of the chicken, in my estimation. So thanks for watching. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.